I know people say that no one in uni really has life figured out, but sometimes I can't help but feel like I should though. What I want, where I'm going, what decisions I should make. What if I don't even like this degree? The fear of making the wrong choice is so mentally consuming that sometimes I wish I just had someone to give me advice. So, I called up some sisters, got in my car, brought my camera, and off I went to 3 different locations to hopefully get 3 different perspectives. And I decided to bring you all along with me. We have reached the first destination. Let's go. After being greeted with a smiling face, this is what everyone had to say was the best parts of uni life and their 20s. Could you introduce yourself? What's your name? Where are you currently at in life at the moment?
So, hello everyone. My name is Samira, and I am currently a psychologist at Western Sydney Local Health District. My role there is essentially working with individuals who struggle with addiction and who also struggle or have a criminal history. So I work within the forensic and drug health space.
My name is Mila, and I was part of the inaugural Shura of IAF UNSW, which is known now as MSA Plus. Back at uni, at UNSW, I studied Bachelor of Science. I then worked in superannuation for a couple of years, and then went back into studying, and now am a physiotherapist doing the graduate program at AIM.
So my name is Christine. I'm currently a registered nurse. I'm a fourth year registered nurse. I work in Liverpool Hospital and I'm currently married and have 2 little girls. Alhamdulillah, yeah.
Oh, alhamdulillah, that's awesome.
From your uni experience, what was like the best part of it, or even just early 20s in general?
I think my early 20s is about this new sense of like freedom, and so to speak, because you just are not confined to your high school kind of routine.
The whole like not being spoon fed, because in school you're like spoon fed, in uni everything's different. It's a different culture. You sort of like have that independence.
It really opened up for me opportunities to experience new things, to try new things, and to learn about myself. And I think I was quite a keen individual to try new things and make new friends.
And so you get to just learn, there's new opportunities, everything's new and exciting. So I think that was one of the best parts about early unis. And I think looking back at uni, one of the best parts is definitely university iftars. That was really good.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And after a quick kanafa break, we got into regrets. It's really awesome to know that, these were the things that you didn't regret. So if I were to flip it, what would you say are things that you would regret and want people to take note of?
I think for me, I don't necessarily have like regrets, quote unquote, but I wish I was more grounded in my faith as a young person. I think, especially in my early 20s, late teens in particular, I felt very disconnected from Islam.
I would have consulted a few people regarding my degree. Um, I think at the time I felt the need to just finish the degree for the sake of it. But I think if you're in a position where you're not enjoying what you're studying, if you're failing your units, then it's something to be a bit proactive about and getting a bit more advice on whether it's the right degree for you, not just consulting people, but consulting the best of advisors. So doing istikhara, asking Allah to guide you to what is the best for you.
I guess one thing I regret is like if I just participated more and have more of a uni culture, if that makes sense. Yeah.
Awesome. So, in all of this, what kind of helped you to hold on to your deen?
The biggest thing I'd say is good company. We've got a lot of prophetic narrations that advise us to keep good company, and it's because people do rub off on us. So ensuring you've got good suhbah around you, and if you've got that, then definitely being grateful for it because it is a provision that Allah has given you. And if it's something that you're not finding in your life right now, then to ask Allah for that, for you?
The thing that I wish I did more of is connecting with other Muslims. I think having a connection with other Muslims keeps you grounded. I didn't do that as much. Obviously, attending classes. The other thing, of course, what also kept me on the path, which sounds counterintuitive, was probably that some of the hardships and stresses that I had to experience. For me, I think just the way I am, it's going through difficulties always brought me back to Islam and always brought me back to Allah.
My 5 daily prayers was everything. Like, that itself was a reminder to me to stay on the right track. And also, a lot of credit goes to my parents too, because like when I usually come back home after uni, like, you know, my parents are quite religious, so they'd involve us in like religious topics and things like that.
Okay, that's awesome to hear.
Finally, if you could give one piece of advice for everyone who is younger, what would it be?
When you're first learning about your deen and becoming a bit more involved in it, you might have a tendency to see things in black and white. And especially when it comes to people, but people are not black and white. And it's so important to recognize that when you are imparting da'wah or whether you are in a da'wah space, to recognize that you're once in a position where you don't know. So having that perspective gives you the position to go ahead with empathy and to, I guess, relate to people in that kind of way when you recognize that you didn't know once yourself.
For me, I noticed even myself when I was younger, and especially with the young people now, is that they kind of rush things and not, actually just go with the journey, go with the process. Because with process, there's wisdom. If things take time, because Allah meant it to take time.
Take things a bit more slower, like enjoy things. In terms of uni, as I said, like participate in things, like actually enjoy it. It's not all about a rush, like I have to just get this done and get it over and done with. I feel like a lot of kids now, like not kids, like people were my age. Yeah, kids, yeah. They have that mindset, okay, like let's get it done, let me finish it and just get it done. Like I feel like just, slow down, take things as they go, enjoy things. And I wish that was the advice I gave myself when I was younger.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Jazakallah khairan for that.
you.
Lovely having you. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Always. Bye. Assalamualaikum. We could do a little handshake. There we go. That's a wrap.
After all those conversations, there was one thing that truly changed my perspective. I have a question for you. No. I have a question. If you had to tell all the people your age a tip for life, what would it be? To live a better life. How can people live a better life? Yep. That's it, folks. You heard the man. Keep smiling, ask Allah for guidance, talk to the wise and/or elderly, take leaps when you need to, and trust the process.